The little engines were busy clearing their railway line of leaves and broken branches. Peter, Sam, and Rusty often worked together. One day, Rusty helped Peter Sam to a water tower. Peter Sam felt better after his long drink, but the trucks were bored. Let's break away, they thought. Their loads were heavy, and the couplings old. One of them snapped. A sign read, "Slow, steep bends and ravine ahead," but the silly trucks never saw it. Then, it was too late. Peter Sam arrived at the scene of the disaster. His driver sighed. "This was our fault. We didn't secure them properly. We'll have to get help to pull them out. The fat controller will be very annoyed." And he was. "You shall work in the yards until I can trust you again," said the fat controller. Duncan was delighted with Peter Sam's dilemma. "Fancy not securing your trucks on a hill. They'll come back to spook you. Ooh." "And who's to say you're not afraid of ghosts?" snapped Rusty. "Ghosts? Things that go bump in the night? Rubbish!" "Well, I'll tell you a story that'll make your funnel quiver," snapped Rusty. A long time ago, a little engine was returning home. It was a misty, moonlit night. As the engine crossed the old iron bridge, he suddenly lost control and plunged over the side into the swamps below. He was never found again, but many a workman will tell you that when the moon is full, they have seen the little engine trying to get home, but he never reaches the other side. "So what did you think of that, Duncan?" "Rubbish," said Duncan. "Never mind him, Peter Sam. He'd be frightened if he really saw a ghost." That gave Peter Sam's driver an idea. "Let's play a trick on Duncan." Next morning, they spoke to Duncan's driver and fireman, who agreed. "We'll do it tonight." Duncan had to bring coal trucks to the slate mines, then bring trucks back. "Haunted bridge! Rubbish! It's as tame as a pet rabbit." When dusk fell, Duncan was keen to leave. "If we don't go now, Sir Handel will take my favorite place in the shed." "We have to collect our trucks first," his driver replied. He could see their plan was working because Duncan was nervous. When nightfall came, they set off. The mists were rising around the old iron bridge. Duncan whistled, and the sound echoed everywhere. Then, he saw flickering lights. His driver knew they were only insects that shone brightly at night, but to Duncan it looked like an engine. Then, Duncan's driver secretly threw a rock from his cab into the ravine below. "It's the ghost! Take me back! Take me back, please!" When Duncan reached the safety of his shed, he closed his eyes tightly. "Spooked, are you, Duncan?" laughed his driver. "No, I'm asleep!" And Duncan refused to open his eyes. But he did, though, when his driver wasn't looking, just to make sure he was still there.